Hello dear friends, this is Chris with Josephine's Designs. I am here today sharing my first YouTube video and my first mini album of this kind today. I've been asked several times to put some things on YouTube and I just haven't done it. Not feeling very, fancy in the technology, but needless to say, today I'm using my just a handheld camera. Unfortunately, my office and studio is still in a little bit of transition, so I'm just going to go with this, and hopefully my sweet husband will get my monopod or tripod set up for me, and I even have one of those little bitty tripod things. So we have the equipment. Just I again am not the MacGyver here, so but I will be glad to share today what I made for somebody very precious to me for a birthday present. So first I'm going to show you, this is the front of the cover of the album, and then I'm going to show you some of the supplies that I use. So please forgive the shakiness of the camera. I'm just going to be moving things around as I show you. Well, the first thing I want to show you is this is the paper pack. It is a Paper Mania Fabrique page kit. It was in their clearance area, so you can see I've used that paper. But here's the papers that came in the kit, and they are gorgeous. I was so loved these. When I saw these papers, I just knew this was the paper I wanted to use for this album. It did come with some stickers. I did use some in the kit. I tend to not use stickers, but they're just great. I just love these. So anyways, I had a really good time, and this was kind of the basis for the kit, for the album. And again, if you're ever at Hobby Lobby, their clearance is fantastic. Again, this is something from their clearance section, as you can see. And so I grabbed some of these great stickers and used a wee bit of this. I didn't use a lot, but I did use some. And it just kind of has that same vintage feel. I also used just a really simple cardstock. Neutral colors, I used the white and the tan in this. Long story short, it's just one of those things I had in my stash. I'm assuming I got it at Hobby Lobby. We live in a small town, and I just get to where I can get to close by, or whatever I can order on sale on the internet. So now I do have some of my favorite things that I love to get, and so that's where I keep looking to see what I can find for those as well. But those are the things I special order. And I also use these distress inks. I primarily use the Victorian Velvet and the tea dye. I loved those colors with this particular set of papers. They were just wonderful. And then every now and then I use this black soot. I really try to stay away from that, but for now and then you got to add a little something there in the mix. So not to delay anymore, I am going to go ahead and pull this album back over and show you how it works. So the first thing I want to show you that I did was I had a great time. I had just a simple white ribbon, and I thought, oh, should I put a latch on this album? Should I put some kind of a knob or catch? And then I realized, this is for somebody who has a house full of boys. Her husband, her sons, she just likes things pink and girly every now and then. And I wanted it to be soft and pretty. So I had this pretty white satin ribbon, and I wanted it to match the papers. So what I did was I just took it and distress inked it. And so I'm going to be one-handing this. Let me change hands real quick. And, oops, excuse me. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I had a really great time doing this particular satin ribbon, and I think it just turned out really beautiful. And so she just opens it that way. It's very, very simple. This chipboard was a chipboard album kit that I found at Hobby Lobby. I found it again in the clearance section. I doubled the chipboard. I wanted it just to be a little bit stronger. And then I changed out the rings. They were more of a silver ring, and I just have a whole stash of kind of vintagey, different size rings, and I wanted a larger set of rings, and I wanted in that brass kind of vintage type color. I also went ahead and gave her a little bling here, and on this side here, I've got for her little danglies, I've got a little monkey, because that's kind of a private little joke between she and I, and then just a real pretty little pink heart. She works in the field of cardiology, and so I thought that pink heart was very fitting, plus she loves pink. I also have, let's see, what else fell around here? I have my signature Handmade with Love little charm that I try to put on all of my albums or gifts that I do, and then just some really random but pretty little beads that, just kind of give that little girly feel to it. So this album again was made for a trip for this friend, and she went on a girls' getaway with 3 other ladies, and so this is why I put this together. I don't know if you can see it, but in the midst of all the pretty roses, I put just a little dimensional tag. It says Journey on it. So I wanted her to enjoy the journey, and I'm sure she did. So her name, this is her initial. I did do some distress ink with the Victorian velvet, more roses, satin roses, lots and lots of paper roses, grosgrain, just a metallic, I fussy cut some pretty roses off some other pretty paper I had just in my stash, and then I die cut out a little pretty dress for her, because again, it's a girls' album. This isn't about the boys and and all the sports that they do, basketball, baseball, all that good stuff. This is about her and just a girls' weekend. Also in that pretty little page kit that I purchased to make this album, there was just some fun little pearls, and you'll see that I'll use those throughout the album. Okay, so here we go. Let's begin. Okay, inside the front cover, there I just did some real pretty die cuts. Don't you love this vintage paper? I absolutely love this vintage paper, and of course everything I distress inked all the corners. I cornered on the covers and each page and all the cutouts. And this little pretty butterfly one I had in my stash. I wanted to dress it up just a wee bit more. And I love kind of mixing and matching the direction of the paper some when I do these albums. So it just gives you something else to kind of look at. And then I found this pretty little. These were cards that were in my stash, and I'm really thinking they're probably my PaperStudios, just like the cover kit from Hobby Lobby, but I just loved it. It had the pretty rose. It looked so girly. I put a ribbon, and then I also put another little paper rose there. And then on the back, she can journal. I distressed it a wee bit with the distress ink, and just kind of give it some depth and color, and then edged it. And so that just goes right back in that little pocket, and then she's set to go. Okay, and then we go to the next page. This page is a Tim Holtz kind of a flap cut or page edge that I cut, and I also cut and mounted it on some cardstock, distressed the edges, and then also just added more of that pretty pearl strip that they had. And I created for her a little photo page. It's a heart cut out with pretty pink cherries, and I just doubled it up on cardstock, the pretty paper, and then also added a real pretty grosgrain rose that I also used some of that distress ink on to kind of mute the colors or kind of tie them in a little bit better. More of that pretty paper. I distressed some of the roses to kind of just bring them out, and then some more of that fun pearl strand that was in the kit. So I'm going to just leave everything out as I go through, because I'm going to make a mess one-handing this right now. The next page is a pocket page. I wanted her to have a place to store more of her memorabilia, so I kind of raised it out a little bit and put some of the stickers from the kit, and then just a fun little paper clip. But I also wanted to add kind of a little notebook for her to use, and I just found this probably, I think it was in a sale bin at Target where you get 2 for, they're put together, or either the dollar spot at Target. So look there and see if you can find good things that you can use. More of that pretty pearl that came with the kit, and then just some really pretty satin ribbon bows. I just love those. Those were in my stash, and I love it. And so inside, it's just simple little notebook. It has several pages, so she has lots of room to write her memories, add memorabilia, even pass this little notebook around with her friends afterwards, and they can each take a page and write memories of the trip, and then she can add it in her album. I thought that, we all need real estate in these little mini albums, and I thought this was a really great way to do that. So anyways, and if she doesn't want to use it, she can take it out, put other things in the pocket, and use this little book for something else. So this is a flat page, so I'm going to open this up. And the first side is just another pretty spot with more of that beautiful paper. This is from another My PaperStudio's kit from Target. I really love vintage papers, can you tell? And again, this is just that plain cardstock that I just die cut and, distress inked with that tea dye. And then this is one of the stickers from that kit. And don't you just I love the Victorian ladies. They just, such a lovely thing. So, and then here's just a real pretty little oval. I figured she could put a picture of herself and her 3 friends, or she could put maybe a picture of one of the missions they went to. They went and visited many of the churches and the missions, and it had great pictures. There's one of a beautiful staircase, and I thought, oh, that'd be a nice place for that. But it's up to her. She can do whatever she likes. More of the pretty pearls that came in the kit. And then the next page, we have just a simple little, I made a little side flap, and in it makes like a little pocket, and here's a little tag, and I distressed all of the reinforcement holes, again, using the Victorian velvet and the tea dye, and it just kind of keeps tying those colors together, and it ties a little ribbon in, and I really like having the little second flap. You can do that easily with your scraps, and because this was a little card that came from one of my stashes, one of my kits, again, probably my PaperStudio, and I just thought it fit in. It was one of those things that just kind of just jumped right at me and felt like it fit in. Another thing I did was I used some of the paper scraps and made a real pretty little bookmark with my Stampin' Up. They've got a great little punch, and it makes great little bookmark, tops or tag tops. And so that was a really simple way. I distress inked the roses to make them stand out like I did on the page before, and then just added a really sweet little ribbon that I had in my stash. Love, love, love. And that I know came from a Target dollar spot. And so the back of it, I distress inked as well, that same Victorian velvet and that tea dye, and it just, again, just keeps tying those colors together. It's not just that stark white. And this is just a simple little flower, cutout that I did with my my dies, and then I did a little chipboard sticker, believe. So that is a really simple page, but yet, there's place for photos, there's tags for memorabilia, there's just fun things in this page. Okay, so the next page is, it's a cute little, crown, kind of Victorian looking crown. It's a chipboard sticker. I just did a simple slot pocket, used that paper again, and then just used more of that cardstock. And then I just, again, distress inked it up just to tie it all together. In this pocket, I have a very, very simple, cute little, just heart tag. I've distress inked the edges. I have another one, just that same paper. And if you'll notice, I did it here, I did it here, I did it on the page before. And you can tell the difference. This one I did not distress ink, so it's more white, but it's sitting on that white paper. So I didn't want to really mess with that. This one is sitting on the tan cardstock, and I wanted it to have a little bit more color in it. And just more of that dollar spot ribbon. And again, the back is open. She can journal. She can put pictures, memorabilia. And then here's another one of those lovely cards from My PaperStudios with a reinforced ring around the hole punch. Excuse me. And she can journal here. She can do all kinds of things there. And I just rounded those edges, distress inked the back. I wanted to tie in that color a bit more. I did it heavier on the edges. And then I added just a fun little, for a visual, just another little tiny tag. And I like that. I like how that looks. You know, it's never boring. So, and that's what I like about these albums. Every time you turn a page, it's something new. So anyways, I opened this up. This is a simple flat page. And in it, I created another pocket, just simple die cuts, more of the beautiful roses and keys and, you know, all that. I really had to, you know, stop because I wanted to keep adding more of the multimedia type embellishments, but I didn't want it to be too much for her. This is kind of a first album I made for her, so I wanted to kind of keep it kind of simple. In here is a darling sticker. It's a chipboard sticker, and it says it's the talk of the town. And you know, when those ladies were on their trip, they were just giggling and having a great time, and they were the talk of the town. And so I just saw that sticker and thought it fit just so lovely. More of that paper, again, simple tag. I left that one kind of white because it's on this white. You know, just varying it up. Did do the edges of it. Oh, here's another cute little tag. I love putting these extra little bits and pieces. I think this is off of a Tim Holtz, kind of a several tags in one die, and I always have several of those made up. And, you know, the great thing about when you add that to a tag, isn't that pretty? More of that paper. You can put it in the pocket, and then it kind of, it decorates outside of the pocket with the ribbon and that. So I really like that. It's just kind of, I have several different types of those, and I put them in. And then in here, there is some great paper at Hobby Lobby. I love it. These are Vintage Women. It is kind of a design sewing theme on that paper. I used to have a Josephine's Designs, used to be Josephine Sewing and More, and we used to do miniature wedding replica dresses and couture dresses and quinceañera dresses, all the miniature replicas of it. And so anything to do with, you know, sewing, design, dresses, I love. And so I really, really loved this paper. So, you know, I love her so much because I'm sharing one of my favorite papers with her. Nobody else is going to enjoy it but me, but I just know in my heart, I just wanted to give her, you know, bless her with something that I love just for her. And then again, back here, you know, blank, she can add a picture, she can put memorabilia, whatever she would like. So now we move on to the next page on the other side of that, and here's just more beautiful paper. Again, another smaller pack from my Paper Studios. There's some of the roses that were on that front cover. They came, I think, from this page, but I can't quite remember. It's been a while since I made this. It's been at least 3 weeks, 4 weeks since I made that. So my memory's not working for me so much today. But anyways, long story short, you see these papers. They have this gorgeous edging. You know, look at that and think, how can I cut that? How can I use it? How can I, you know, what can I do that's different? So, and that's what I did. I put that on the front cover with this completely different paper pack that was the theme of the album. And then I found this charming little chipboard sticker again. I love this sticker. It reminds me of Jane Austen. It says, "Friends," two little girls sitting in a tree talking in the rose tree. I don't know how you have a rose tree, but maybe they have them somewhere. But isn't that just charming? I love, love, love that particular little chipboard sticker. And of course, there's a pocket here as well. And in here are, this came from a pack, and I think it's from, oh, I have to think about what that brand was. It came in a little tablet, and they were just little cards and memory keepers. I think it's my memory keepers. Anyways, I'll have to, you know, look at that. If anybody wants to know, just comment, ask me, send me a note. I'll be glad to look it up. But these were primarily black and white, or black and off-white. And that was too stark in this album. It didn't feel like the theme of the album. So I just went through with famous distress ink, and I just distressed it up, you know, put more of the reinforcement holes on it, and I did that one with the tea dye. And then, see, don't you love the map? And then more of that same ribbon, and, you know, again, another reinforcement hole. And so she can put a picture here. She can easily journal here, or she could even add a picture, whatever she likes. So that gives her just a little bit more space. And of course, you know, she has that, she has this. I mean, she is set as far as putting all of her pictures and memorabilia. Okay, so the next page This is so sweet. I love pink roses. I know that when I asked her before her birthday what's her favorite color, though I knew the answer, it was pink, and we both really enjoy certain websites that have very vintagey lace, doily, pink, lovely products. And so, linens and things of that nature. And so when I saw this, I thought, oh, I'm going to get that out and fussy cut it. And then I mounted it on, again, that same cardstock. I think this was the tan. I fussy cut around that. And then I distressed the corners or the edges and just glued it down in the corner to make a corner pocket. And then I filled that corner pocket with all kinds of pretty tags. I think this is 7 Gypsies. It was in my stash. But, when you've got it, use it. Grab what you have. If it fits, throw it in there. And these were just bits and pieces left over that I did some pretty scallop flower punches and then stacked them, distressed them, put a little brad on them, and then just put a little, just a fun little cutout that I had from one of my other die cuts that I was doing. And so I thought that was just kind of a fun paper to put in there. And right here, if you notice, this is very simple in the back, so she can put a picture here, whatever she would like. Or she can, if she doesn't want to mount it, she can just tuck it in with the tags. And that way she can change it out as she would like. This is a little envelope I made of the paper from the packet, that same cardstock, a sticker from the packet, and then of course I distress inked with the Victorian velvet. And this is just a sweet little die that I have. You make a little envelope, and then you make a little tag. And please forgive me, I'm just one-handing this. And this is one of those sweet stickers from the kit. And I just distress inked the sides with, again, the Victorian velvet. And then the same thing on the back. And she could just put whatever she likes in there. A ticket, if they went to a play or to a movie or anything like that. And I just thought, isn't that sweet? She could have that. All right. Oh, one last thing on this page. I tell you, these pages, they just keep giving and giving. That's what you got to love about them. So here is just a simple photo board. Again, same album, black and white paper. I distress inked it, trimmed the edges, added a flower. This is just a simple satin rose that I put a little bit of distress ink. I think I put the tea dye on it just to kind of mute it a little bit. And I just thought it looked really, really pretty. And then on the other side of this, you can see I used that Holtz tag die where I've gotten several of these extra, cuts throughout. And that's what I put on the edge to be the tab. And then I added the flower on top of that. And then on this page, she can write the who, what, where. And just another way to journal, or if she doesn't like it, she could throw a picture right across the top of it, and it'll be nicely bordered for her. So anyways, just another opportunity to put those pretty pictures in there. And then we are in the home stretch, friends. Here is the last actual pages here. This, of course, is the Tim Holtz doily die that I love, love, love this. And again, she loves doilies. She loves anything lacy. So I thought that had to come in this album somewhere. And also I found another fun little chipboard that said laugh. She loves to laugh. She loves to make others laugh. And she makes me laugh, and we love to laugh together. So I thought that was just a perfect little embellishment to put on the page. It's not quite vintage, but, it's not too far out, and had something personal. And then I just added a simple little ribbon that I've been using throughout, and then just a sweet, one of those paper packs from my Paper Studios at Hobby Lobby. I just cut out the heart, and it says, I love you, and then put it on some more of those pretty flowers that I distress inked. And then you open this little flap, and dun-da-da-dun, more of the sewing little packet, papers. I love these. I love vintage patterns. I love vintage, artwork, anything that's kind of a more retro feel to it. And so I just wanted to share another one of my favorites with her, and it just kind of decorated it up. And then I put another of that paper that I had earlier in the album, and I just put a simple little pocket here, and I made her a let me see if I can do this one-handed, just a fun little kind of coupon book. And isn't that just cute? I used more of the stickers from the kit, more of the pearls from the kit, just some simple little heart brads. And then she just has all these little pages that she can do what she'd like with. She can journal, she can add pictures, she can, there's one more in there, sorry. And I just, distressed inked, popped them out, ran them through my die cutter or die machine, and I'm going to leave that out and not make you too nauseous trying to put it back in. But I just thought it was a great little, way to use a pocket and give her more space. Here's just another terrific little, map, travel. Love needs no map before it can find its way blindfolded. And she has a lot of love to give, and I know that they have a lot of love for each other, these ladies that went on this trip. So I just thought it was just a really sweet map to add to that, just for interest. And now this last official page is very simple. It's this gorgeous cabbage rose paper that I just love. Again, my PaperStudios in a, I think they're just like 5x7 kits. That's what I added. That was one of my supplements to this. And again, another little chipboard, a beautiful, beautiful cabbage rose. And then there's more goodies in the pocket. So for this one, I found this beautiful, beautiful pre-done card that I just rounded, corner rounded, put a ribbon in, punched a hole, put a ribbon, distress inked the side with the Victorian velvet, and then on this side I did the same thing, and I didn't want to tea dye this. I liked the gray and the pink on this. This lady was kind of, had, a little bit cooler color, though she's very muted in the creams. I don't know, I really like this one, and I felt like she could write on this, she could journal on this, she could put a picture on this, and on this one she could easily put a picture and then have the roses for the top, or she can write on this as well. She can journal on this. So another opportunity, more real estate space. Here is one of my last little tags, and this is an SEI tag that I had in my stash, and it's kind of embossed, and I just distressed inked it and tied it to a little tiny tag, more of those little Tim Holtz tags, and I distress inked those. And then this was a stamp that I did for her, and it says, "She left beauty wherever she went." I literally just stamped it on that cardstock, cut it out, punched a hole, and distress inked it. And the reason I love this is because when I put it in the pocket, look at what it leaves out. Isn't that pretty? I mean, it's very simple, but it's an encouragement for her and for the gift, for the receiver of the gift. So anyways, I love that. Very simple, nothing fancy, just very simple, using the tools and goodies I have at my house. And this is the back cover, and this is my little interactive window. So again, those same beads from the binding, and it's just more of that coming through, some simple brads. I just used some of the border stickers that were in the kit, and then I used a simple paper, and I distress inked it, put it, cut it out on more cardstock, distress inked that, and then you open it up, and voila, a pretty little rose piece of card that I had from one of my PaperStudios kits or stashes. And then I distress inked the inside of this particular card and folded it to make this little window with gates. And I'm not sure, I may try to cover up those brads. I really kind of debated on it. I thought about adding more of the border stickers, and I may just go back and do that because I really hate for brads to show, but I didn't want it to get too busy, and that was my concern, is if I kept just doing things like that. I'm going to close that up later. And then my last little fun pocket. This is kind of was a bunch of the paper from the kit, and it was just so pretty. I couldn't not use it, and I wanted to give her just one last spot for pictures. So I took one of these cute little chipboard, vintage telephone stickers, put it on another SEI tag, and, of course, distress inked the edges. It was already embossed. And then I cut out another sticker from the kit, and then I cut out several of these darling You know, some were cardstock, some were the specialty paper. I didn't want it to be mounted on the specialty paper. I wanted it to be both of them so that they could see them, and it gave her more and more. The specialty paper does give it a little bit more stability, you know, and then of course this front tag is cardstock as well. So I feel like it will hold up well. And so I cut all these out, these papers with all these different little mini album page, you know, dies. And then I put a little sticker here with some journaling for her, more of those really pretty embossed SEI stickers. And then, look at that. It's just on the back, I put another sticker that says Journey. Oh, actually, pardon me, I stamped that and then cut it down and then just distressed inked it, you know, with a fun little punch. And then I had a little swirly-do with a pretty butterfly added on top of that, and just some of the stickers from the kit. And a pretty little heart brad. But it looks, it's what I call my little, you know, my fan book. And it's just so pretty. And then you just, you know, fold it up. And then you pop it back into the pocket. So it's a way to give more, you know, opportunity to see these beautiful papers, as well as giving more opportunity for the recipient to put more photos in their album or memorabilia. Okay, friends, we are at the end. This is my last bit of it. Sorry, it's if I was a little bit bumpy, but we're on the last page. The last cover. This is the back cover. Of course, I did more of those reinforcement rings, more of that gorgeous paper with all the bits and pieces, kind of patchwork of what's in the kit. I found a fun little airplane sticker out of that that page that was, sorry if there's a glare, that there was in that that little sticker sheet I found with cardstock stickers from Hobby Lobby's clearance bin. And I found 2 great chipboard stickers. Forever, I added a little pearl, added some pink ribbon, and then Friends. So I felt like, you know, Forever Friends, this is what this album will be called. And it was just perfect for them. And then I had one more of my dress die cut, so I did these gorgeous, gorgeous red and pink rose papers, and her 3 friends and herself. And I just thought that was very befitting this type of an album. So here, that's a little bit better. It's not quite in the light's changing right now. I'm so sorry. So you don't have so much of a glare. But anyways, I thought that was a great way to end it. And again, here's the front. And something very simple, but yet hopefully she'll know how much this was made with love for her. And every page I thought about things that hopefully reflected her and her friends and that trip. So anyways, please forgive my bumpy camera work. Please forgive my you know, stumbling through. This is a brand new venture for me. I love teaching, you know, and this is just a great opportunity to utilize the internet, and people have asked for it, so I'm trying this new venture. So anyways, y'all, thank you so much for coming. Please come back. I will get better and better, I promise. I will practice and get better. But my next few albums that will be loaded soon will be my Christmas albums. I've got several that are in the making, and I am so excited. I went to Hobby Lobby yesterday, like I mentioned earlier, and they had this great paper that I have been waiting and waiting for. They had it in, I think in October. It sold out immediately. I, you know, put it on, I ordered kind of online, and, excuse me, so that they would let me know when it came in. And, anyways, let me pull that up real quick, and I will show you this gorgeous, gorgeous paper. It's so great. It's kind of a vintagey, it's North Pole. Don't you love this? Excuse me. North Pole. Isn't that fun? So come back, see my next project with this. And then I also picked up some more of this. Oh, gorgeous. You know, you gotta know I love vintage. Vintage, old world winter, gorgeous,